our first day in Arizona, and we visited the Grand Canyon. It was really amazing to see. We unfortunately couldn't stay too long. There was only one spot where we could pull over with the size of rig that we had. So when we were there, we got to see the watchtower and then parts of the Grand Canyon there. We did drive the whole way up. I think we were on the north rim. So we definitely, again, want to go back to the Grand Canyon, probably when the boys are a bit bigger and we can do some hiking and actually camp there instead of with the motorhome and trailer, because we definitely didn't fit into their campsites. So we left the Grand Canyon and then ended up finding a RV site in the town of Vail, and it was actually really cool. It had the Flintstones Bedrock City in the back of it, so the boys loved that. That was actually the highlight of their day, opposed to seeing the Grand Canyon, was the Bedrock City. So yeah, we spent some time in there, and then from there we headed to Tucson, Arizona. Actually, on the way to Tucson, we ended up stopping at a dirt bike track. We found one for the boys to ride just outside of Phoenix. So we spent, I think, maybe 3 hours there, and the boys got to ride, which was a lot of fun. And then we headed to Tucson to Lazy Days KOA, and that's where we stayed for 12 days. So that 12 days was much needed to stay and unpack and rest. We had been 1-2 night stays, and then we'd pack and drive again. So we had a long time on the road. The boys were really ready, and we were really ready to sit and just kind of relax. So yeah, we spent 12 days there. Unpacking, that also meant unpacking emotions. So the boys started to get a bit homesick, missing the dog, missing their friends, and we had arranged some few FaceTimes, and that seemed to help with easing those emotions. They also met some friends at the KOA, so that was awesome. And they are actually doing the same loop that we're doing in the United States, and then they're traveling all of Canada. So they will hopefully meet up with us again in Florida, and then when they come to Ontario, we can hopefully meet up with them again, so we can all reconnect. So that was a lot of fun.
Sometimes love is a river running strong, moving like a wave through a rocky riverbed. Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing, twirling through the back door of your heart. And every time I think of you, well, something happens in my mind. And every time I try to leave, you're keeping me occupied. Losing track of time. Losing track of time.
This is the coolest little town.
Sometimes
Over
love
there.
is a thought we have too long. Sometimes it's alright,
Yeah, it's Fred's
just
friend.
to be a little wrong, with no sense of consequence, the strength to carry on. The day breaks in the darkest places, right before
Barney's
the
house.
dawn.
Ooh, even has a garage, carport.
So if you ever lie awake with
Going to his neighbor,
situations
Fred and
in your
Wilma's.
mind,
Ouch.
and you try to
There's
sleep
Dino or
it off,
Dino's
but
bowl.
night keeps on passing by.
your friend
You're
Wilma.
losing track of time.
Oh, that's a wooden bed.
Losing track of
Pebbles.
time.
One more house to go.
Sometimes love is a reason to hold on.
Open up wide.
Blowing like a hurricane right inside of me and you.
You ready?
No blues or avenues take away my stride. Love standing holding
Look at all
hands
the teeth down there.
right here by my side. So if you wanna take a ride and see what happens down the road, find yourself a pair of gloves and get yourself a
Next minute, you're in the scenery looking out the road.
we'll be
Hope not.
doing fine. Just losing track of time.
Anyone with better shocks? Yes.
Just losing track of time. Sometimes love is a river running strong, moving like a wave through a rocky riverbed. Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing, twirling through the back door of your heart. And every time I think of you, well, something happens in my mind. And every time I try to leave, you're keeping me occupied. Losing track of time. Losing track of time. Sometimes love is a thought we held too long. Sometimes it's alright just to be a little wrong, with no sense of consequence, the strength to carry on. The day breaks in the darkest places right before the dawn. So if you ever lie awake with situations in your mind and you try to sleep it off, but night keeps on passing by,